fighters. But a few things you need to know. Keep your chin down like this, because if you get hit like this, that's a knockout punch. You need to keep your right up so that you can block punches, and you need to dance around and fight the guy. And maybe you'll win. And at least you'll have fun. Because we're not talking about winning or losing, we're talking about how you should live your life. You should engage the battle. And I submit to you, you know it's going to hurt, but you want it to hurt. Because nothing that human beings have ever achieved of any meaning has come without pain. And Reinhold Niebuhr, the philosopher, said, nothing of any importance will be achieved in our lifetime. So you're going to start something and you won't even be able to finish it. And again, I'm not randomly speaking philosophy here. I'm talking to you about the work you do, your buildings and your policy work. What I'm asking you to do in your world every day is save the world. And you're sitting there because there wasn't enough coffee out there. You're still trying to ramp up to some level of humanity. And you're thinking, well, here's the only problem. If I go over, it'll be 1 minute, 2 minutes. Here's the problem. I'm not a superhero. And I'm speaking for myself, but I'm also speaking for you. I'm not Jackie Robinson. I'm not Martin Luther King. I'm not a person of great power like President of the United States, like Bush or Obama. I'm just a normal human being, and you all know this feeling. It's 4 a.m., you couldn't sleep, you wake up, and you just feel desperation. That's why they invented coffee. But there's a long history in the world of very common people doing extraordinary things. Anyone recognize this guy? This is Mohammed Bouazizi. I think I'm pronouncing that right. He's the vegetable vendor in Tunisia who got so frustrated with the government that he set himself on fire. And he started the Arab Spring. I'm not asking you guys to self-immolate, but I'm saying that this person who didn't have any power, maybe the least power of anybody in the world, changed the whole Middle East. Organized Saskatoon. I couldn't believe it. This is downtown Saskatoon. I think these people got busted up by the cops. These people, look at this guy. He may be in the room. This is not a powerful human being, but somehow that person found a way to have power. And I don't like to use military metaphors because I think solving climate change is going to be fun and exciting, and war is not a good thing. But there's precedent in history too for a group of very common individuals doing something extraordinary. As Canadians, you know the Normandy invasion was a difficult thing. When the Americans hit Omaha Beach, we basically couldn't take it. We took so many casualties so rapidly that Eisenhower, who was overseeing it, considered withdrawing from the beach. It was perfectly defended. The first waves took 90% casualties. We ended up losing about 2,300 people that day. In World War II, if someone was killed, you probably had 10 people who were injured for each person that was killed. So here's an impossible obstacle. And yet, it was taken by people who, if you talked to them, if you said, who are you? You took that beach, how'd you do it? I'm just a normal person. I'm just a citizen. So, my concluding slide is this famous Raphael painting about the Genesis story, Lot's exile from the burning cities on the plain. And you know this story, it's one of the more famous stories from Genesis. God says, we're going to burn this city down. This is, by the way, an atheist here talking. We're going to burn this city down. You got to get out. Get out. I like you, Lot. You're a good man. But you have to leave. I don't like those people. We're burning down. Now, one thing. Don't look back. Don't look back or you'll be punished. And Kurt Vonnegut writes about this. And he says, so God turned, Lot's wife looks back, and God turns her into a pillar of salt in punishment. And he said, that's why I love her. Because what she did is so human. Think about it. That's where you grew up. That's where you met your husband. That's where you had your first kiss. Of course you're going to look back. It's one of the most human things you could possibly do. Well, with climate change, you're being presented the opportunity to solve this problem. And in the process, endow your life with some of the oldest human aspirations and dreams. Ideas like dignity and grace. How could you, given that opportunity today, starting right now, how could you not do it? You can't help but do it. So, I look forward to watching you try. Thanks for having me.